Good morning, replay viewers. My name is Chris Strub, the Giving Day guy. You are about to watch the replay of our 2024 Give for Good Louisville live stream orientation call. In just 1 second here, I'm going to admit a whole lot of awesome people. And so thank you. If you couldn't make it this morning, that's fine. I really look forward to seeing you on Thursday, September 12th at Louisville Slugger Field. So let me go ahead and hit my favorite button in the live streaming world, which is the admit all button. And we're going to be joined by lots of awesome nonprofits here in just a moment. But I'll see you in Louisville in just a couple short weeks. Here we go. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello. I see Amanda.
Morning.
Good morning. Amanda, I think everybody else is being shy. Let's see if
well, good morning.
You're welcome to. A practice run for September 12th there, Amanda. There we go. There comes everybody. All right. Hello. Good morning. Ellen, Kyle. There's Q. Dave Howard is here. Katarina, Melissa, Jerica. I remember Cassie from Dick's Give for Good Louisville's. I'm just going to ask everyone just for a few minutes to mute yourselves so we don't get any feedback. If not, I will mute myself. But we will have plenty of time at the conclusion of this call to take any and all questions that you may have. Hopefully we'll cover everything. I don't think there's anyone here from CFL this morning. I know Christina couldn't make it, but if someone else from CFL is here, just get my attention and I'm happy to bring you on. I see Deja is here. It's just one of my favorite people. All of my favorite people are here today. Okay. Good morning. Thank you guys for being here. My name is Chris Strub, the Giving Day guy. Don't mind me if I'm a little distracted just for the next minute or two, because I have to admit people manually to the call as they join in. So if I'm distracted for a second, that's what I am doing. But my name is Chris Strub. I am the Giving Day guy. I am so thrilled to be coming back to Louisville, Kentucky for the 11th annual and my 8th Give for Good Louisville coming up on Thursday, September 12th. And if you're curious, I'll be in town on Monday, September 9th. I live here in Greenville, South Carolina, and I work year round as the Giving Day guy, working with Giving Days like Give for Good Louisville all around the United States to do work very similar to what we're going to do on September 12th, which is really utilize live streaming video. Keep hitting that admit button, utilizing live streaming video to really help maximize the impact of the day on the community and ultimately help bring your story to more folks around the Kentuckiana area and hopefully around the country or even around the world. So some of you guys may know me and my shtick and maybe even have been on calls like this in previous Augusts before. Welcome back to those that I do know, and welcome to those new faces who are here. So here's what we're going to do on September 12th, beginning at 8 a.m. Louisville time. We're going to be set up at Louisville Slugger Field. We're going to be on the second level, and I'm going to have all of my equipment and gear and plenty of help from the Community Foundation of Louisville team to create an all-day live stream broadcast 1 hour at a time from 8 a.m. to, for your purposes, about 6 p.m. And you'll see more of me into the evening and all the way through midnight as we usually do. But for your purposes, you guys are on the schedule sometime between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. So let me just get, as I'm looking at everybody's little squares here, just a nod of the head. Everybody got my email with your scheduled time? Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. I love it. Great. As I put in that email, I really tried to build the schedule in a way that accommodates everyone's preferences, and then secondarily, your availability. So I haven't received any urgent emails from anyone yet this week saying that you need to switch your time slot or whatever, and that's great. Makes my life a lot easier. However, what I did say in my email was if you do need to switch time slots, this meeting right here is probably your best opportunity to do it, because look around, you can see so many familiar faces, maybe make some new friends here. If there's another organization that you're familiar with and you say, hey, Tammy, I'd love to swap with you, like, go ahead and do that now. That'd be fine. But if not, great. I'll plow through here. And again, I'm just to make sure that we can get through this cleanly. And then at the end here, I'm going to leave plenty of time for questions and hopefully even give you some of this half hour back, because what we're talking about today is pretty simple. You've got your time slot assignment. So let's say you're in the 11 a.m. hour. We're going to ask you to come on down to Louisville Slugger Field between 10 to 15 minutes before the top of the hour. So if you're on at 11, you want to come down between 10:45 and 10:50 a.m. Just come on right upstairs and we will get you checked in. We will have someone with a list of organizations and your names. The way that the stage will be set up will be very similar to the last few years at Louisville Slugger Field, where I'll have a microphone. A host from CFL will have a microphone, which means my soundboard here will have 2 microphones available for your organization. That means you're welcome. You're welcome to come solo. You're welcome to bring someone else from your organization. Oftentimes, it's a co-founder or an employee or a volunteer from your organization. Feel free to take advantage of bringing along a second person if you want to, and you can. It can even be a kid. Some organizations ask, can we bring more than 2 people? My answer is sure. I think the capacity of Louisville Slugger Field is like 14,000 people. So there's plenty of space, but you will only have the opportunity to put 2 people kind of in the bar stools there and sit down and be mic'd. If you really need a third person or whatever to stand behind you and they want to chime in, you can like unclip the mic and hand it to them, sort of thing. But really the stage is set up for 1 or 2 people to be featured on this broadcast. I highly encourage you, if your organization has props, stuff like that, that you want to bring, stuff that you can hold in your hand, that kind of thing is fine. Signage is okay. You know, like if you have a step and repeat banner or something, I'm not going to stop you from doing that, but just be reasonable. You know, we'll have banners and stuff like that for Give for Good and for CFL. So if you want to bring a banner and stuff like that, that's fine. But really the best representation of your organization is going to be you, your message, what you're saying, and also what you're wearing. You'll notice that I am wearing my Give for Good Louisville hat, which is still the coolest gift I've ever gotten. Thank you, Molly Melia, from like 6 years ago. You've probably seen me wear this hat for years now. And my Give for Good shirt. So if you have a shirt from your organization or anything else, maybe you've got a headdress or something cool that's going to help tell your story visually as we're on video, perfect. That's great. On the submission form that we sent out a couple weeks ago, which all of you very graciously filled out, and I thank you for that. You also had the opportunity to attach a video, roughly 30 to 60 seconds, that helps paint the picture of what your organization does outside of the context of an in-person interview. Many of you did send a video through that form, and that's great. A few of you have sent me a video separate from that form. That's also great. I'm going to ask if you want to send a video, you may, to me directly, please, via email, chrisstrub@gmail.com, which I will make sure to put in the comments, or someone else can put it in the comments for me. It's just my name at chrisstrub@gmail.com. I do need you, if you're going to email me a video, to send me the actual file. Someone in this group sent me like a WeTransfer thing. That's fine. But do not send me a YouTube link, because I need the actual video to load into my platform to play it. YouTube is not a video file. It's just a platform, right? So I will be using Switcher Studio once again this year to stream all of our videos on September 12th. Switcher Studio, by the way, shout out to them. They are a Louisville-based streaming company. So shout out to Nick Mattingly and everyone at Switcher for their help and support over the years. You may see some volunteers from Switcher Studio at Louisville Slugger Field on September 12th. They're a great organization. And if you're interested in doing more high-level type live streaming like I do on Give for Good Day, just send me a separate email or whatever, and I can send you some more information about Switcher Studio, or you can go to tryswitcher.com and check that out. They're great. Hashtag not a sponsor, kind of, but they volunteer every year. They're great people. Let's talk about your interview for a moment. So we're going to have 7 organizations on per hour. And we're not going to go all the way to the hour because each stream is going to end and then we're going to start a new one. So you're going to have your own hourly broadcast, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2, 4, 5. Each one of those hours will be its own separate link. Now, Facebook does not allow you to pre-schedule a broadcast more than a week in advance. So I cannot send you your individual live stream link quite yet, but I can do that as soon as we're a week out. So just keep an eye out in your email for that. And then, of course, we encourage you strongly to send that link out to your email list, post it on social media, tell your friends and family, host a watch party at the soccer stadium. Like, we are able to expand the viewership of this live stream through your help, right? We know that each and every one of you guys has your own social media followings. You probably heard me say on stage and trainings in the past and stuff. We are all famous to a few people, and that includes each and every one of you. So every one of you has an audience that wants to see you do your thing at Give for Good Louisville. And, so that growth of the live stream viewership is going to come from us working together to build that audience. I see Nancy is nodding, so I appreciate you, Nancy. Thank you. Okay, 6 to 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes ish for your appearance, because there'll be a little like 30 to second ish bumper in between each broadcast. And the host and I will have some sort of housekeeping items to announce at the beginning of each stream. We'll probably be announcing prizes and stuff like that. And I'll have little promotional videos and things to play in between. So expect to be on the air with us, including me, for 5 to 6, at the very most 7 minutes, because I will, again, some of you guys have seen me do this before, cut people off, just because I want to be fair to every group that's coming on next, right? Like, I know that your story is awesome, but so is the next one and the one after that and the one after that. And when we have 54 groups coming on in one day, we do have to kind of keep things on time. That is my biggest role there, is to make sure that the train keeps rolling throughout the day. I see a couple comments in the chat with questions, and I promise to answer those in just a moment. But just to cover any other last big things off the top of my head before we get into questions. Boy, that's most of it. We'll be streaming at facebook.com/CF Louisville. And we're once again going to have the streams embedded on giveforgoodlouisville.org. So if you just generally want to talk about where the streams are going to be until I can send you that specific link, that would be the language, is the Community Foundation of Louisville Facebook page. And then if you watch on giveforgoodlouisville.org, you're watching on what we call the Switcher player, which is an embedded video stream. So the only drawback, if you will, of watching on the website is that people won't be able to comment as you can on Facebook, right? But we highly encourage you to have either a staff member or your audience or whatever following along, commenting. They're more than welcome to put your direct donation link in the comments, stuff like that. So having fans watching you always adds to that live energy of the atmosphere and the broadcast. Last thing before I open it up for questions, thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you guys for agreeing to do this with me again, with the Community Foundation of Louisville. Again, this is the 11th annual Give for Good Louisville. This is my 8th consecutive year getting to come back to Louisville and work with so many incredible special people at CFL and around the community. I do not ever take this opportunity for granted, and I do not take your time for granted this morning or on September 12th. You know, we're there to make an impact together. I know that it's a very busy day, and I really hope that this opportunity is valuable to you guys. We've gotten a lot of great feedback over the years, which is, I suppose, why they keep me coming back. I'm also good for for bourbon sales in Louisville for the week. I'm just kidding, not really, but I have a deep love for the Kentuckiana community, and I'm just really grateful for you guys continuing to be part of Give for Good here into year number 11. So let me peek at the chat here again. Usually, there's no one here from CFL this morning, so I can't rely on them. So let's see. Can our organization cross-post the stream on Facebook? Laurel, if you really want to go above and beyond to do that, send me an email and I can figure out a way to cross-post to your specific page. I can't give a blanket statement that I can do that for every group, and not every group is going to be interested in that. But if you the biggest thing is I need you to grant me Facebook admin access to your page. So if you see my little name in the square here, it's Chris Strub. I'm like the 4th most good looking Chris Strub on Facebook. So just scroll down until you find me and you'll get there. But if you add me as an admin and then just send me a note and ask me specifically if you want me to try and do the cross post thing, it takes a little bit of extra effort, but that's what I'm here for, is to go above and beyond for you guys. So if you want me to do that, send me a note, and more importantly, make me an admin on your Facebook page, and I will be happy to accommodate that. Do you have a timer visible? Kyle asks, how will we keep track of the time? Great question. I have an alarm clock that I bring for us, the hosts. But I think it'd also probably be valuable if I could figure out a way to show you guys the time as well. So I'll think about that, Kyle, and figure out a way if there's another little piece of tech that I can throw on the table or something that shows you exactly how much time you have left. But it is a little bit fungible. It's just going to kind of be up to me to kind of look at the host and be like, 1 minute or we're cut it off kind of thing. So it's not like TV where we have a hard out, but we do have great folks like Megan and Dave and Grant and Laurel that are waiting, that we want to make sure that everyone gets their allotted time as well. So it's just kind of, we make it work. Nancy says, since we are the ones who submitted questions we'd like to be asked, we should all practice our answers so we can be succinct and know ahead of time how long our answers will take of our time. Sure. Yeah, that's a great tip. We will definitely use the information that you submitted on the form. I always print that out and hand that over to the hosts. And you guys know, if you've watched me over the years, sometimes I'll jump in with a follow-up question occasionally as well. So we really do want this segment to be as representative of your organization and what you want to talk about as possible, right? So that's why we ask those questions. And hopefully, if you've asked us to ask you those questions, like Nancy says, hopefully you're just similarly prepared to answer them when we do ask them of you. Hannah asks, will the videos be available afterwards as well? Yes, they will. So with Facebook Live broadcasts, they are available in real, of course, they're broadcasting live. And on the website as well, there'll be a little playlist that you can go back and rewatch your segment there also. The one thing that you can't do on Facebook, if we want to get just a little techie for a second, is you can't live scrub. I hate the word scrub, by the way. I grew up in the no scrubs era, and it's scarred me for 25 years now. That is my last name. I always Strub. So what you can't do on a Facebook Live is rewind in real time. So if you're on the 11 a.m. broadcast and you're on first, and then someone tunes in at 11:30 and we're still going, they can't rewind it and go back and watch you until that broadcast is over. But as soon as the broadcast is over, the entire video will be up and people can go back and watch you, when you're on. So great question. Jerica, we got some great questions here. Jerica asks, with the interview time frame, will there be a way to answer questions will there be a way to answer questions should people comment on social media and the live stream platform? Oh yeah. Yeah. I hope so. That's the gold standard. That's what we're hoping for, is that people will jump in and hopefully ask their own questions. The CFL hosts, love them really, as Christina Miller would say, love you really. But sometimes that's difficult to do in real time, is pick up on the comments that are coming on the screen. That's what I'm there for. So if there's a really great comment or insight or something about your organization that someone has commented and would like answered, I'm going to jump in and ask that question, because that's what we're there for, is for the viewers. And we're trying to create this live experience that we want people to come on and ask those questions. So I would love to be able to help facilitate those questions being asked. Myra asks if we wanted to see a video from last year as an example, where could we find that? I should have put that in the initial email, but I'm going to type that in the chat now. But it's, if you go to the video section of the CF Louisville Facebook page, not just the videos from last year, but if you want to see like baby Chris in like 2017 running around with like an iPhone 5, you can do that too. So have fun. Don't be too harsh on me. All right. Can you say more about the videos we can send you? What's too long? So in my opinion, 61 seconds is too long. I'd really like you to keep the video to 60 seconds or less. Most promo videos are going to be about that length. And the reason we say 60 seconds is because that's about the limit of, when we're going to start to lose people's attention. I did get a great question via email about A-roll versus B-roll. Do you guys kind of know what that means? Okay. So A-roll is video with audio, and B-roll is video that just plays when we're talking over it, right? So a few of you guys attached video and put a note on there to make that B-roll. Love it, right? And that's great. So if you just have video and you haven't had it professionally produced or whatever, but you have like video of the playground of kids running around or whatever, and you want to just show the kids without the little screams and stuff like that, just let me know that you want the video played as B-roll, and we can talk over it. And that also adds a lot of great context to the conversation. Katerina asks if the reps of an organization change from the ones we submitted on the Google form. These are all such great questions. If your representatives change, I can't believe I'm saying this for the 5th year in a row. Like, I don't want to jinx things, but like someone's bound to get COVID. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to happen. It's fine. Just send me an email. If you know that your representatives have already changed, you can send that to me now. Or you can send that to me anytime up until, even like the night before would be fine. You know what I mean? And even if someone shows up that's different, that's not on the list, we'll make it work. Just let us know when you check in that, Cassie couldn't make it today, blah, blah, blah. Cassie, I'm so sorry. I just gave you COVID. I apologize. But like, if something happens last minute and you need to shift people, that's really not a big deal to us. It's not that big a deal. What are the best specs for the video? I shot ours vertically because we post them as reels. Does that work for the live stream? Sure. Will you be able to post links on the screen during our interviews? Yeah, I can post all kinds of stuff on the screen. It gets a little tough to, do that 54 times, to type in everyone's URL, stuff like that. So honestly, Nancy, I'm going to give you a trick for this that's going to work even better, is have someone from your organization, or heck, even yourself, before you come on, like tune in from the stadium. You're like, I'm on next, like put it in the comments, like what your link to your Give for Good page is. And when you're on, I'll put it up there on the screen for you, and it'll look even cooler because it's a comment coming from your organization or whatever. That's the best way to do that. Can we obtain copies of our hourly segment in such a way that we can edit it and post only our section, the 5 minutes, to our social media platforms? This is a great question. The answer is kind of. What I cannot do is, because I'm a one-man band. A lot of people are like, oh, Chris, we're so glad that your team is coming back to Louisville. What team? It's me, right? So when we're producing these videos all throughout the day, what I'm like physically incapable of doing is clipping the videos in real time and trying to send those out individually. If I had a team behind me to do that, trust me, that would be the first thing that I would do. I just don't have the means to do that yet. Help me get like a few more giving days and like, let's do that next year. You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to get that done for you guys. Cause in case I haven't mentioned this, I love Gift for Good Louisville. This is like bonus Christmas for me. So here's your hack, Susan. If you have an iPhone, and I'm sure you could probably do this on Android if you have that also, but the best thing to do and the easiest way to get your own clip on Gift for Good Louisville Day, other than using a shady site to like download the video and then cut it, is use screen record on your iPhone. So go to the video on Facebook and then you can use screen record. You can Google that, or if you need help, email me and I'll Google it for you. But just hit screen record and you can record your whole segment and post it wherever you want. Unfortunately, that's the best I can do for now. But hopefully someday I'll be able to hire someone and we'll be able to do more of that kind of clipping stuff for you. I thought I would try and give you guys back a little bit of time, but these have been awesome questions. So I'm really glad that you guys put all these questions in the chat. If anybody has any more, feel free to put those in the chat quickly, or you can unmute yourself at this point and jump in with a question. We do have a couple more minutes. And again, my job here is to answer your questions. So any other, somebody just unmuted.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Is it possible to get the application that we filled out back to take a peek at the questions we submitted?
I can send you yours.
Okay.
I can, well, let me think about that. I can definitely send you your thing back. I got to figure out how it would make sense for me to try and send the schedule back out to everybody kind of thing. But
you should have got an email. You should have got an email from your Google form that you filled out that gave you back the application you filled out.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll check and see.
Okay, cool. Tammy, if you can't find that, just raise your hand and let me know, and I'll happily copy and paste it back over to you. Cool. Okay. Andre says received a copy in the mail. Great. I'm glad it works that way. All right. By the way, the last few years I've done this, I'm like, I have free Zoom. It's going to cut us off. I'm so sorry. And this year I actually like paid for free Zoom. So like we're getting, or paid for like actual like non-free Zoom. So we're not going to get cut off, which is great. But I do want to respect everybody's time and kind of try and be done here at 11:30. So Andre says, thank you. Look, I'm going to take the last 30 seconds of our call to just again reiterate my very, very sincere gratitude. I have the coolest job in the world, and it's getting to meet and amplify the stories of and really get to know you guys. And this is my 8th year getting to do this. I'm getting a little long in the tooth. You know, I don't know all the TikTok memes and all that stuff that I, used to be the young kid knowing all the cool social media stuff. I am incredibly grateful to all of you guys and to the Community Foundation of Louisville for trusting me with this opportunity to come back and help continue to grow Give for Good into the next generation. I know that last year was a very momentous, occasion, marking 10 years. And now we're marching toward another big milestone, year 11, and hopefully a fundraising record and a donors record and all of that. And that happens because of the hard work that you guys are doing. So we cannot say thank you enough on behalf of CFL and on behalf of myself, the Giving Day guy. Thank you. If you do have any other questions, you've got my email. Let me put it in the chat one more time, just so you guys know. It's chrisstrub@gmail.com. That is the best way to get me. And then on the Giving Day itself, I should have mentioned this before, but my cell phone texting is the best way to get me on the day itself. If you're running late or something like that, send me a text. I will maybe be able to check my emails, but texting is the best way to do it. And pro tip, having done this now for 8 years, please put your name in the text that you send me so that I know who you are, because I don't have all of you saved in my cell phone. So just say, hey, this is Bella from whack something. I can't read the rest of your name, but hey, it's Bella. I'm running late, and see you soon. Right. So thank you again. We're a minute over. I apologize because my camera wasn't working. So we started a minute late. Thank you. keep in touch. Best of luck.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, for good Louisville.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And I
Thanks.
really look forward to seeing you in Louisville.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye-bye.